still living in Unit 105?
No, ma'am.
Where do you live?
I live in a temporary place right now.
Hotel shut down. Karen claims victory. Judge drops the real truth. This case is a masterclass in courtroom drama and legal misunderstandings. A woman convinced she's a tenant faces eviction proceedings, but there is a huge twist. The judge dismantled her arguments, revealing she's not a tenant. Watch the hilarious and frustrating exchange as the woman stands and refuses to accept the judge's rulings. This is a must-see for anyone who has ever wondered about tenants' rights, evictions, and what happens when you are in wrong in court.
For more than just her items.
Yes.
When is the last time, to your knowledge, that Miss McMillan came and used the room?
Well, I have no idea, ma'am. I'm working 24 hours. I got to do what I was doing here at the front desk. She's come and gone.
Okay. All right. So you don't have personal knowledge. Mr. Patel, here's my other question. When's the last time Miss McMillan gave you any money?
The last time she gave me money was on sometimes in September 2025.
Okay. And Mr. Patel, you are a hotel operator.
Yes.
All right. And in September, what room was Miss McMillan paying for?
105, room number 105.
What kind of key is that?
It's a key, electronics key card key.
And per your terms and conditions, have you changed the key card on her?
No.
Why not?
I mean, I'm sorry, what you said, the key card holder?
Yeah, like, is it like you have an electronic key and you charge it to that room, or is it a physical key that is keyed to a deadbolt?
No, it's not a physical key, no. It's
Okay.
just a key, electronic key card where you touch by the lock and it get open.
Miss McMillan, are you still living in Unit 105?
No, ma'am.
Where do you live?
I live in a temporary place right now.
You don't live in Mr. Patel's hotel anymore.
I have not been there since October of 2025.
As I assumed, because I've heard this testimony from both of y'all before. Okay, so not a tenant. Miss McMillan, do you still have items at the hotel?
Yes,
Are you
Your
wanting to
Honor.
get those items?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Patel, are you interested in Miss McMillan coming and getting her stuff?
Yes.
I'm going to give y'all court's information, okay? Because I would love to get you where you want to go, but the way you're both pursuing it is not going to get either of you what you want, okay? So, Miss McMillan is not a tenant. She has not been a tenant in ordinary course as a tenant under the law since at least September, October, November. You are a lodger, Mr. Patel. As a hotel operator, your own receipts tell me that it is a lodging situation. She was paying to be a lodger for 30 days in advance. And then
The mystery of Unit 105, where the key question is who actually has the legal right to live in the unit and what kind of legal relationship exists between the parties involved, tenant versus lodger versus guest.
in the same vein, Miss McMillan, if you want to recover your items, a writ of reentry will not do it for you because you're not a tenant. If you are interested in filing a writ of retrieval, you might be eligible for that. And that is the document that you might want to encourage or look at or talk to legal aid about. Is this something for me, right? Now, that's just legal mechanisms. Mr. Patel, as a hoteler, you have rights and responsibilities for items that are left in the unit once someone leaves the hotel. You can contact any legal attorney you want about what to do with those items. Having said that, there's nothing whatsoever that prevents the two of you from agreeing to have a time where you come together. Ms. McMillan gets her stuff, and then Ms. Patel, you get your room back. But she's not a tenant sufficient for an eviction. And Ms. McMillan, likewise, I cannot give you a reentry because you don't have the right to be there. You both may have some other things you can do about the property that remains, if indeed you want to go and get it.
Excuse me, Judge. I already had a writ of reentry
I
in
know.
this case, and I already won an eviction. I
I
prevailed in the last
Ms.
one.
McMillan, I agree. He can't evict you because you're not a tenant. And I gave you a writ of reentry, but once we tried to serve it, we found out it didn't really qualify anymore. And so at this stage, if you filed for a new writ of reentry, I would deny it for the very testimony you just told me. You're not a tenant. A writ of retrieval,
But
a writ of retrieval may very well get you
but
back the same things you want.
we have an oral lease, just like with the Acostas that had an oral lease. I've been paying for over a year and a half, month to month, oral lease,
Ms. McMillan,
and I had you heard the video
Ms.
of him
McMillan,
saying I'm a tenant. It was a tenant. And there's other people that are tenants there in cottages there.
Ms. McMillan, Mr. Patel, the court has exhausted its information that it provides you. And I will say it again. I don't find any of your testimony to establish for me a lease here. Not anymore. You may have once been a tenant, but you're not. If you're trying to get back your property, there is another method for that. And Mr. Patel, if you're trying to remove her property, please seek legal advice as to how to do that. There is not right now a sufficient landlord-tenant relationship between the two parties. So an eviction is going to fail.
How could I have won an eviction and then been locked out and I prevailed in it, and then now all of a sudden I can't?
If they can't identify occupant payment sources or weaknesses or control of their arguments. If someone was locked out without a proper court order, they may request for a writ or re-entry access. However, if they are considered lodgers, such protection might not apply.
I'm appealing because he's going to do something to my stuff, and I don't know how to get a key to get my stuff, and you're not keeping me protected.
Ms. McMillan, we're done. Court is over. Please contact Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid about a writ of retrieval.
Lodger, if the stay was a hotel-style terms with management control, lockout might be legal after payment lapses.